Right, good morning fish people. My name's Nosh from FishOn TV. It's Tuesday the 29th of September. It's the Old Boys Fishing Club match day, and today you will be joining us at Lindholme Lakes on Benny's. Now I know you're all thinking, oh, bagging lake. Yeah, but it's been bloody freezing of late. It's like winter months. I know I've been watching Jamie Harrison talking about Barston, and it's not performing at all. I think even Peg 124 produced produced 64 pounds for a match win. It was 5 degrees. I mean, this morning, what we got this morning, it's not going to be too bad today, but we have had it in the to 6 and 7 degrees on a morning for quite a few days, and it's not been nice. Not sure the fish are going to be shallow, but having said that, today, I mean, it's 10 degrees now and it's 10 to 7. Are the fish going to be shallow? It is going to be sunny today. It's going to be a nice day. Maximum temperature 16. Could be a chance, so I will be setting a shallow rig up. But the last time I fished that pond, it was dreadful weather, warmer, but dreadful weather, and they weren't having it shallow at all. And I caught everything on the deck, on the method feeder. It was too awful to video, and I've got a feeling the fish are going to be on the deck. So I've got a deck rig on the pole, a deck rig on the method feeder, and bomb possibly. Might just leave it as a method feeder. I have a couple of different lines. One I'm going to be trying to get shallow, and the other will be on the deck. So I'm going to keep it as simple as that. There's no point complicating it at all. It'll be just an underarm flick if I'm on the method feeder. It depends how things go. I do know as the things get colder, they tend to ball up in the middle a little bit, but there's lots of fish in there. We shall see how it goes. It'll be soft pellets, 4mm pellets, or maggots. Those are my baits, hook baits for today. No reason to complicate it any more than that. And there are going to be 21 of us, so decent turnout. They're making the most of the nice weather again. I always get good turnouts when the weather's going to be nice. So just nipping for a breakfast, have that, get to Lindholme. It's already pegged out. Alex has done that, and we'll see if we can get a few. So we shall see you on the bank there. See you soon. See you at the draw. First out, Saws.
14.
Head 14. Maggot Man.
22.
Bob.
50.
Chaz.
18.
Christine.
11.
Frank.
2.
Jack the Lad.
Who's this?
Jack Vors.
Jack Boss 20.
Chris Wiles.
16.
The Paste Man, Kev.
23.
Mr. Incredible.
That's him. 6.
Dave Eccles.
8.
Nathan.
10.
Andy Gill.
3.
Franny.
54.
Leon.
54. 5.
Me.
Your fault. 24. 52.
52. Peg 52. Right, here I am on peg 52, and it is the same peg that I drew with Angling For You, but it's fishing completely different to then. Obviously warmer water. It's had the weekend, so it will have been hammered. I tried just in front of me to start with on a 4mm hard pellet, and I didn't have a bite. I've got a little platform to my left and it just runs off, it just drops off quite deep, only about 2 or 3 metres out, it drops off pretty sharply, so I'm constantly just throwing a few 4mm down there. I know you can't see, but a dozen pellets or so. That is one, I'm going to feed that reasonably consistently. Everywhere else I've been a little bit negative. I had nothing down short on the pellet. I can't believe it, I've left me bloody prepped soft pellets in the fridge at home. What an idiot. My plan was to use soft pellets today, but I've left the bloody things. So when I fished with Angling For You, I was just I'll show you whereabouts. I was catching there on the method. The weather was that bad. They weren't having it shallow that day, and I had 160 odd pound just there, just in front of me. I've had a couple from there and a skimmer. I've also been feeding, I'll show you, 4mm again not too many. Got a feeling they might be a little bit further out, so just feeding there, a few 4mm. It's about 13, 14 metres. I've just gone out there to have a look, and I've had an F1. So I'm going to alternate these lines. I will go back with the float a little bit later on the pole just in front of me. I'm just on the slope. It's drops off sharpest, and it's a very slow, gradual slope. Not a lot in it, a few inches. And that's where I'll be targeting on the pole. I've got a jigger rig set up, but I'm not seeing anybody catching shallot at all. Even though it's a nice day, it has been cold. So, did I put that one on? No. So 3 F1s and a skimmer in the first hour. It's been a slow start for everybody. I know Soz has had a 10-pounder, and Bob, unexpectedly, has had one about 12-pound first putting. So not a bad start for him, but he hasn't had a bite since. The Paceman's having 1 or 2. Leon's, he's had 4 fish on, and he's lost 3 of them. He's just caught a decent one. I'm not sure how big. It's hard to tell from me. I'm guessing he had it on for quite a while. Between 5 and 8 pound, I reckon it might have been. It could be a bit bigger. It's hard to tell from me. He's smack opposite over there. So slow start. Tony's not had much to me. I don't think he's had anything to me right. I think Franny's had 1. Not really seen it. Oh, there we go. Took me out of it. And that came after the bites are coming between 4 and 5 minutes. Whereas before they were coming in 30 seconds. So that's the difference in what's happening. Let's see if we can get this one. A nice bite as well, that one, belting bite. As you can see, it's a lovely day. The water, when I've got some water here, it is quite a bit colder. Well, a lot colder than it was the last time I was here. But not as bad as I thought it might be. My arm's still dropping off, this arm. Struggling to hold landing net. It's been bad for a couple of weeks now. More than a couple of weeks, about a month. I don't know what the heck I've done. Didn't help with weighing in last week, that made it even worse, lifting all them nets of fish out. And this should be a decent size F1. Oh yeah, it is. About 3 pound. £2.5 I'd say I'll give it. Certainly over £2. but it's not a bad size. Right, get that one in the net. And I'm going to alternate them lines. I just think we could be chasing around for these fish a little bit today. Right. All right, let's get back in, see if we can get another. All right. The longer line had a big liner after I spoke to you. I've literally just cast this in, and while I was tightening up, it went round. Well, that's a sign of things to come. So I just fired a few pellets out just to make sure I got the distance right. I'm not clipped up. I'm casting it over it like I would a bomb over the pellets where they land. And I'm pretty sure that the liners were from the pellets I cast out whilst it was in. So this time I made sure I landed smack in the middle of pellets, and it was straight round. So let's hope that works. In fact, I will show you what I'm doing. See if it works. So I've got double dead red on, banded. With it being a bit further out and dropping through, I've put a little layer of ground bait on a thin layer, so when that gets to the bottom, hopefully it'll come off. So the maggots are just under there. If I just scrape that off, they'd be under there. And then what I'm doing, I'm just getting a few pellets, a dozen or so, middle of those reeds. They spread about a little bit more than I wanted them to do. So where all the circles are, we'll just go slightly beyond them, not too much. That's bang in middle actually, misjudged it slightly, but I'm happy with that. And just as I was tightening it up like this before, round it went. You watch, it won't happen now. There. Just tighten up nicely. Keep feeding this one. That's not going to spoil anything if I do overfeed it. It's out of my swim. This is my main swim. That is, I'm hoping, might come on a little bit later. And we'll alternate either with method down here or the pole down here on the float. That long one and this one. Just going to keep it as simple as that. And the beauty of it is with method feeder fishing with these F1s, you can still get away with quite a decent thickness of line. I've got 0.19 on because there are some right lumps in here as well. I mean, I had a 15-pounder here last time doing this. And I was so glad I got that heavier gear on. As you can see, a big liner again. Let's see if it goes round. So when I've not got the clip on, you have still got to stop the feeder with your finger to get it to plop in, and there we go. I didn't put my timer on, but I know from talking to you that were in for about 50 seconds. So it's as simple as that. If the fish are there and they're feeding, and don't get me wrong, if I'm F1 fishing normally, I will have at this time of year now 0.11, 0.13. As it gets colder and harder, maybe even down to a 0.10, 0.8. Because the water will start clearing up now, I would have thought, in the next month or two. So I don't see any reason to try and get too complicated, having lots of different shallow rigs at the minute. I just don't think they're having it shallow properly. They might do a bit later on when it warms up. A decent size F1. I just know it's going to hurt my arm this when I go for the fish. Dreading landing it. pop up. Come on. Usually these F1s, when they do pop up, that's it. It's getting them to pop up. He's putting in a mighty battle up. Mighty. There's him, he's a decent size. Maybe £3-ish. Bob thinks I've got it sorted. I'm not going to call that number just yet. But at the minute, it's working. The plan's working. Been a little bit patient with it. Because normally, this is like a bagging lake. Ah, he's trying, he really is trying. We don't want him in there. Did you see how he popped up then? Makes me laugh like go plop. Just these F1s when they give up, they just seem to pop out, don't they? Well, that's a decent size F1. I'll see if he'll behave. See if he'll. I'm not going to throw it back in because there's some maggots on it. Could go around while I'm showing you this fish. Yeah, look at that. They're not bad F1s at all. Chunky, healthy unit in mint condition. What more do you want? So even though I think that might be over £3, I think it's more like 4. I'm going to put 3 on. So I've got 8 to £10. I've got 8 on my clicker. So there you go. How simple is that? Right, see you soon. Right, it's what, like 9:45. With 3 hours in, it's gone dead everywhere. It's £22 I've got on my clicker. It might be a little bit more. I've just tried short with caster, maggot. Pellet I didn't have a touch short just here. All I've had short on caster is perch and been missing little taps. I know they can be F1s, but I bumped a few off. They felt like little, very small fish. I keep feeding me lines. I've been on the best line's been the 13-14 metre line, but that's dried up as well. I'm not getting any liners anymore, no nothing. Just gone a little bit further out. I have seen a few fish mooching about. I literally just cast that in. They're really struggling to right. I bet they haven't got half a dozen fish between them. I've not seen that many people catch. I've heard that Jack's supposed to be catching. Jeff's just started getting 1 or 2. Don't know how many soz has had, but he come out with a belter. He says he's shattered today because next door neighbour's dog kept him up all night barking. Left it outside. He says he's going to right them tonight though. He says he's going to put dog in his garden and see what they think about it. Well, there's only him could come out with something like that. He's as daft as a brush. It tickled me pink anyway. I thought it was funny. So yeah, it's gone quiet. I've tried the jigger. I've got a feeling I ought to be going out maybe at 13 metres or so with the jigger. But there's a guy I'm coaching lesson over there. They were catching shallots out, but Bob says he hasn't seen them catch anything for a while. So it is pretty quiet everywhere. It just seems to have died to death, so I'm hoping that these short swims might come alive a little bit later on. Looks like Andy Gill's just into one there. And there are 1 or 2 fish, like not quite in the middle, just knocking about. They keep splashing, which is the reason I just thought I'd give it a quick try out there. But looking at Jack's still into one. He's catching on the pole. But it does seem quiet everywhere. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I'd had my soft pellets, and I normally keep some spare to soak up while I'm here, but I've bloody left them in house as well. I don't know. Pretty sure I'd have caught on 4mm soft pellets. But I haven't got them, so I can't fish them. I will be having another go short on the pole. I'm due to try down here again and just keep alternating. Method feeder has been without a doubt so far, from what I can see. I know Kev's had a few on the pole. I'm not sure if he's fishing paste or not, the paste man. But it does seem fairly quiet all round. So actually, little update. I was hoping the tip might go round while you're on, but it hasn't been round for the last half an hour, 40 minutes. Not had a line or anything. Having said that, I have been trying my short pole line, so we shall see how we get on. I'll give you some more updates as we go along. See you soon. I went into the left-hand short line, and it was in 4 minutes, round about the same time. It seems to be taking about 4 minutes. Yeah, little F1. It seems to be taking about 4 minutes before I get a bite when they're feeding, but it's been really quiet. Everybody's moaning how quiet it is. Andy Gill has just had a nice lump. It looked like a double figure fish to me. He seemed very proud of it. What a mighty fisherman he is. I got that. Just changed to a Ringer's chocolate yellow, just something a little bit different. I lost one earlier, but it looked like it foul hooked because I had a scale on the hook. So a little Ringer's chocolate yellow, and what a difference 6 or 8 weeks has made to this place. The cold weather. I know it's lovely today, but the fish are just not having it the same at all. I think Franny's had one. I keep changing whether I want, the bait right on top of the ground bait or hide it a little bit. I hid that one after I fouled up the last one, and it seemed to work. So, well, Tony's into one. So we just bob it down there. Oh, it's a perch. I know he's getting pestered with small stuff. And that's pretty much it. You don't need to go far out here on Benny's Lake at all. Once the fish arrive, you can usually get quite a few. Just a few pellets round it. Keep feeding that 13 metre one as well. Not overkill, I'm not going crazy with feed. Oh, there we go, that was straight round, there we go, that was in seconds. And that's what can happen. I mean, I haven't had a bite, it's been dead for an hour. And then, then this happens. Great bite that, wasn't it? Mighty bite. Left one again. There we go. Let's hope they keep coming like that. And I've not been getting any bites down there to start with at all. So that's what was happening when I fished with Angling For You on the invitation that they gave me. It was literally like that every cast. So we'll get back in, see if we can get another. Over and out, see you soon. Right, I've gone on to me, had a couple left short, gone on to the 15 to, I don't know, 15 metre-ish type line. As far as 4mm pellets will go out. And Tony's been my witness, he's been stood at the side of me. And this is my third one in 10 minutes. And Bob's just had a mighty fish. Oh, it's going a bit, is that? Angry F1. Now that took a bit longer, that took 3.5 minutes to go round that time. It's weird because I had nothing on it for about half an hour. Same as the left-hand margin there. There we go. And another £2 F1. Oh, up to about 33 pounds-ish. So that'll do. That'll do, pig. Easy, innit, Tony? It does seem like it's fishing quite hard all round. There's the odd big fish coming out. I've not had a big one yet, just the small F1s. Between £1 and £3 they are, so just slowly building a weight up. I'm hoping some big ones are going to come down the edge here a bit later. So we'll get back in. Well, let's see if we can get another. Over and out. See you soon. Right. A little update for you. How long we got? We've got an hour and 18 minutes, something like that. I'm up to £36 on my clicker. Maybe a little bit more. Tried all 3 swims. I had a couple, 2 or 3 from out there, 2 or 3 from down here. Nothing smack in front, which is where I got all my fish the last time I came here. Not a bite just in front of me. Can't believe it, it's unreal. I'm not sure how everybody's doing. Not sure at all. I know Kev's had a lump, Bob's had a lump, Soz has had a lump, Andy's had a great lump. I haven't had any lumps, they've all been F1s. Could do with a big lump just to top my weight up a little bit. I can't be too far behind if I'm behind anybody. I don't know. Don't know how anybody's really doing. There's that many of us, you can't keep your eye on them all. But I've stuck with method most of the day. I've tried float, just bits. When I say float, the pole, short pole, but I had nothing down here. I just can't believe it, apart from a few perch. So I don't see why I should change this, because it's been consistent for me today. I've not had to go shallow out there. I've only got 4mm pellets, and they are pretty difficult with this wind in my face. I could do some 6s, but I've made my mind up to use 4s today. I've always done well with 4mm here. So we'll see how we get on, see if we get a few more. An hour or so to go, see you soon. I've just gone into the left-hand short line, and within 3.5 minutes it's gone round. It's weird today, you can't keep them in the same spot. Come on, you bloody thing. That was all over the place. My arm is dropping off. God, Benny. No strength in it at all. Another little F1, takes me up to about £38. Andy Gill's got 3, he reckons, around about the £10 mark. So he's nearly got as much as me with 3 fish. So let's get in. An hour to go. See if we can get a few more. Another one from the left-hand short line. Takes me over £40. It's not been an easy day today, but it's that time of year, ain't it? I think Franny's only had, to my right, I think he's only had about half a dozen fish or so. That's another £2 F1. Just been steady, very steady away today. Not breaking any pots. Gorgeous day, but it's just not fished. So let's get back. I've just baited my margin up, see if we get anything from my margins. So we'll get back in. Well, that one was only in about 20 seconds. I've gone back to a double dead red in the band. So that takes me to about 43, 44, something like that. I could be completely wrong, couldn't I? We shall see. We shall see at the weigh-in. Right, let's get back in for another. Bob's just been telling me he don't think he's got £25 there, so Bob's a mighty fisherman. If he's struggling, it must have fished hard. But you can only do your best. Oh, how rude. Right, see you soon. I've had a couple in the last 10 minutes and they've all been in like a minute. And they just seem to have turned up. So we can't complain. Just keep them coming and see where we are at the end of the match. Like I say, I don't know, everybody else has gone on. I do know Andy Gill, like I say, has had some right lumps. But what he's got on top of those, I don't know. This left-hand margin, I've been feeding it all day, fed it more aggressively than anywhere else. And hopefully, they've just turned up. And I know that a lot of you that have probably fished this, it isn't the traditional way of fishing this lake, it's usually shallow, but I've seen people trying to get the odd one or two, but it's not really worked for them. It's fished tough today, I think. So, just catching steady away like this, I'm happy. Easy enough to do. There we go, just plonk it in. Oh yeah, bloody thing. Don't you just hate it when it does that? There we go. New line. Just might be a tickle too much on it. Let's see if we can get another one. Well, there's a slight liner there, and I'll tell you what, they're really aggressive, so if ever you do fish like this, wherever you fish, you've got to keep your eye on your rod or you will lose it. I know they're not big fish, but they are capable of pulling your rod in. As one of my friends knows already. Lost his rod. It's typical, isn't it? It's last 3 goes it's gone round. I can see there's little indications, but honestly I've gone round within 30 seconds or so. Let's just see if it goes. Typical, it's not going round. Honestly, it went round within 30 seconds, 3 goes on the trot. Right, see you soon. Right, the left-hand short has come on quite well. I'm up to £50. And I lost a lump out of there, just pulled out. Just didn't feel like it was hooked properly from when I ate it, it didn't feel right. So that's got me over £50 now. Another two 2.5 pounder. And there's 20 minutes to go from what I could see. But it's difficult to keep your eye on all the anglers. We were thinking maybe £60 will win it today. I don't think it's fished brilliant as far as Benny standards go, because it is, as some of you people know, it's a £200 venue, especially in summer, 200 and odd or more. I can't remember what record is. I'm sure Andy Bennett's got it at about 400, is it, or something? I know Nick Speed used to hold it at 300 and something, which is, and he's caught in summer on jigger. But I have seen Nick using this method quite a lot. On here when it just never felt right on float for some reason on the pole. A lot of small stuff knocking about. Just never felt right, and when I put the pellet on, I never had a touch. Guys to my right and Bob, they've been on pole, pellet, and not had a touch. So I made my mind up pretty early doors. I'll stick it out on method. Whether that's good enough for a win today, I don't know. But I should be thereabouts. Can't be far away today, because it has. Oh, there we go, look at that. How aggressive will that bite? Rewind that and have a look at that. That's what it's been like. Oh, there's a snag or something there. Gotcha. I thought I felt a snag earlier. Does feel like a better fish. Oh, it is. It is a better fish. Yeah, that's nice. That's at least £4. That'll do, Pete. Oh, it's 95. That is a chunky unit, that one. Very welcome right at the end. Yeah, that is one chunky unit, isn't it? That'd even be £5, that. Right, let's get back in, see if we can get another one. So I'm glad you saw that one. Nice timing, right? See, so even settled that one. Literally 10 seconds. And another, it's a lot smaller, but it's a little chunky one. Probably a £1.5-ish. Can't complain at that for a little finish, can we? Right, get back. Right then, people, all weighed in. With rushing about, completely forgot to press the record button on the way in, but never mind, I've got a picture that I'll show you at the end. As you know, Drew Peg 52. I have fished that before, and I caught prolifically on the method feeder there last time, but different conditions today. Even though we're later on in the year and the water is cooler, I still thought it might work. Maybe not as good as what it did the last time I fished it. I had 160 odd pound out of there last time, but today the lake has fished completely different. It's fished quite hard. I ended up going short on the float to start with, on the pole, short pole, just as it drifts, there's a slight ledge just off the ledge, top 2 and 2 or 2 and a bit, about 5 foot deep, perfect depth, sat nice, never had a touch. Set off quite negative to start with. I didn't feed anywhere else. Set off quite negative. And nothing, absolutely nothing. And as I was looking round, I mean, Bob had one straight away, Kev had one straight away, but there weren't a lot of fish being caught anywhere on the pole. So after about half an hour, I gave it half an hour, I thought, right, I know I'm going to catch at least some fish on the method feeder, and that's what I did. I ended up picking 3 lines. The one where my float was, where the pole was, so I could either go on the method feeder or pole there, short pole. The peg to my left has got like a ledge at about 2 meters, 2.5 meters out. I was a little bit too close to it to start with. It was only a bit later on that I realised it was a little bit deeper, an extra half a yard further out. So I kept baiting that area up quite aggressively there. On the short line, kept baiting it regular, but not too aggressive. And the sort of as far as a 4mm pellet can go with a catapult, so it was about 15 metres ish, round about that sort of area. And I kept alternating. I had green, dynamite green swim stim and halibut pellet, which I'm sure loads of people know that works quite well down here. Nick Speed has promoted that once or twice before, and I do like that mixture. It is good. It's a great little mixture, so I have no complaints with that. That's what I'm using. Now and again I mixed a bit with some pellets in, some micros, just when things went quiet, and I kept alternating because it was strange. It was a strange day. I couldn't keep, whereas last time I caught all my fish in one spot, today I had to keep alternating and changing baits from maggot to pellet to wafters, small little chocolate ringers, chocolate yellow, just alternating them all the time. I'd catch 2 or 3, then nothing, go somewhere else, catch 2 or 3, and in the meantime I'm baiting everywhere up. Now the left hand side, I did keep trying that, and I had 1 or 2, but not a great deal. The main stamp of fish came from the long line. With about an hour to go, I mean, Leon, I noticed Leon were catching a few. He's caught on maggot today. With about an hour or so to go, I think you've seen I had a right flurry. I think I'd probably got about 40 odd pounds on my clicker. I've ended up today with £80.22. Digital scales all measured in 100th, so don't forget about that if you people wondering what the funny weights are for. I've ended up with £80.22. Dead simple day. I had no reason to change because I didn't see anybody else catching shallot or anything like that, which is what you'd normally do on here. And I know £80.22 is not a great weight for bennies, but it's getting to that funny time of year. Today it's proved to be not a bad weight. So here's the results. Here we go. In 4th place, peg 16, Chris Wiles with £39.62. So well done, Chris. What a mighty fisherman you are. And in 3rd place, on peg 3, Andy Gill. I said he'd been catching some right lumps, and he was catching some proper lumps, and he was getting them on the pole, but not a lot to go with him. He's ended up with £46.50 for 3rd place. So what a mighty fisherman you are, Andy. Well done, son. And in 2nd place, I can't believe it. My pal has just started coming with us again because he's been busy for the last 18 months. He thinks the rest of them must be crap if he's beat them. He's fished on maggot and pole most of the day. He's had some nice lumps. He's been using the swim stim, ground bait and maggot, and he's ended up in 2nd place with £60.52. So what a mighty fisherman you are, Leo. Well done, pal. So me and him's got some beer money today. And in 1st place, I gave it away with £80.22. And this week's Old Boys Mightiest Fisherman, it's me. And Soz couldn't get off fast enough. He didn't want to be humiliated like he was giving me stick last week. So Soz smashed you up this week, half the chelp. But you were funny today. I like the little joke about the dog today. That was quite funny, that. So today, like I say, method feed has been the simplest match for me today. No need to change. Steady away. Why change when you're catching and nobody else is? So that's all I've done. So I hope you've enjoyed the insights to bennies going into winter on quite a difficult day. Our next match will be, I'm not sure it's going to be Torn, but with a few away next week, it could be Torn Bank, Hayfield Lake, something like that. I'm going to book it tomorrow, so we shall see you on the bank next week. Don't forget, folks, if you do enjoy my videos, click the subscribe button. It's absolutely free. Click the notification bell and you will get all our videos as we upload them. So it's time to go for a pint from me and Leon. We shall see you on the bank next week, and thanks for watching. Don't forget, guys, fish on, and we'll see you soon. I'm not saying it. See you soon.